everyone, welcome back to another episode of Apologetically Me. I'm Maggie,
I'm Wanda.
and we are here with some catch up. It's been a very eventful week, I think. A lot of bad things have happened. But we are here to give you the 411 as the cool moms.
I think it's so funny that you're like, oh, a lot has happened. A lot of bad stuff. A lot of catch up news.
We'll throw in maybe some happy news too. Maybe. Anyways, before we get started, Wanda, tell the people what you got going on.
Jordan has gotten me addicted to a game called Clash Quest. Clash Quest is made by Supercell, which is the same company who made Clash of Clans. And it sucks because, similar to Candy Crush, see, I'm being relatable to you. You have a limited amount of lives, but unlike Candy Crush, they won't give you can't like win unlimited lives, or they won't gift you more lives. You simply just have to wait. You get 12 lives and they refill every single hour. So I am very constrained about on how often I can play, but I keep checking my phone and I keep hoping that I get more lives.
You know, you've turned into like a real gamer girl in the past like year.
I blame the pandemic.
Wait, if you change your date and time, doesn't work?
It doesn't work
Mm.
because okay, so I didn't do it because well, I'm lazy for one, but secondly, because when daylight savings happened, happy daylight savings everyone if you live in North America, um it kept my lives the same, but it like added one. So like it has its own internal clock where it counts every single hour. So even though daylight savings happened, I didn't get like one less life because of the time
Mm.
change. I still had the same amount of lives that I would have if I like didn't play for like 10 hours. So that is my theory of why changing my time would not work. I also think they're more sophisticated in trying to catch people from doing that because they make money from you buying more lives.
Well, Candy Crush loves me, okay? They want to treat their people well, so maybe consider switching over to Candy Crush.
I have been playing Candy Crush Soda as a intermediary to waiting for more lives on Clash Quest, but it's just like not the same.
I feel that. I mean, I don't, but I feel you.
I keep on asking for Christmas for unlimited lives, and Jordan keeps on telling me that's not possible. So I next step is I'm gonna try to get hired to this Norwegian company. So hire me so I can give myself unlimited lives in the back end, and I can play as part of my job.
Nice. Good update.
Thanks. What do you have going on this week?
It's been a busy weekend for me, I think. Yesterday I introduced Nick, my boyfriend, to my older brother, Hugh, for the first time. And they met, well, Nick met my sister-in-law, Sarah, and my nephews, Wibby and Gibby. For those who don't remember, my two nephews' names are Kalen and Gibson. And Nick, for the life of him, still can never remember their names. And he knows Gibby for sure because I have a TikTok about him. And then he just does not remember the other one's name and just thinks it's Wibby. So they finally met. I think it went well. We went on a walk and everything. I dropped off like some food for Hugh's belated birthday. And then after our walk, my nephews are like, you know, they're little kids. They're like bouncing off the walls and crazy and everything. So you feel like very tired after like an hour with them. But Nick was like, yeah, your nephews were like, you know, normal kids. But Hugh and your younger brother, Nikki, are identical. He was like, it's almost like they actually do look very similar. They look similar, they talk very similar, like their sense of humor is very similar, like they walk similar, like almost everything about them is like identical. What are you doing?
Sorry, there was a floating feather, and it was like I was trying to catch it. Sorry.
First, when Nick said this, he was like, whoa, you're like a mini. No, he said, Hugh is a mini version of you. And I said, pardon? Back up. What did you say? And he said, no, sorry. I meant your brother is a mini version of Hugh.
That's so funny. I mean, I've said this for years.
That Hugh's a mini version of me?
No, that Nick looks like Nick resembles Hugh in like the way that he looks, but also in the way that like they kind of interact.
Yeah. Well, we know they're brothers.
Yeah. I mean, they look very similar,
Yeah, they
so
do.
it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You look more like your mom, so I'm assuming they look more like your dad.
Actually, no one really looks like my dad.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I think I look the most like my dad, actually.
But okay, so I don't know if you're gonna let me, but we might put a picture here of your mom when you were younger, when she was younger, sorry, with younger you. And oh my God, you look absolutely identical to her, like when she was around your age.
That picture of her was when she was 35, and she had 3 kids after. So, uh, this is not a compliment.
But she looks really young for 35. Wow, I thought she was in her 20s.
Nope. That was that little blob in her hand. That was Nikki, my younger brother, and then the little boy next to her is me.
Oh my God, yeah, I think I remember when you first showed me the picture, I was like, "Oh, that's you, right?" Like
The blob,
referring to
the
I
baby.
thought the baby was you, and I thought like the younger kid was like Hugh or something, and then you're like, "No, that's Nikki," and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." You guys look similar when
As
you were
children.
babies. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it was good. A good walk, and then very busy day. We had brunch with my mom and my younger brother and his girlfriend. Then we met up with Hugh and his family, and then we met up with Nick's aunt and uncle and cousins and his mom's side of the family
Wow.
for dinner. So yeah, big family day. Dinner was really good. Sometimes you walk out and you're like, wow, is this what it's like to have like a normal, nice, like nuclear family? Like you kind of forget like those exist, you know? Like
His mom was
everyone just
divorced.
no, not
I
his mom,
wouldn't.
but like his aunt and
Oh.
uncle
Oh, okay.
and like their 2 kids. And I was like, wow, they seem so nice and happy and friendly and yeah, wow.
Yeah, I think I've seen that too with like Jordan's like specific aunt and uncle that I've seen a few times. They seem very much like a nuclear family,
Yeah.
and they're pretty well off. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to grow up in that.
Exactly. And like both the kids like seem so nice, like so socially okay, I guess. And
Yeah.
I don't know, like I remember always being super awkward at a young age, and like family gatherings and stuff. I was always like in a
Hmm.
corner or like away from people. I just like hated socializing. Also, like second language socializing is not fun. So I
Oh, like
always
speaking to people in Viet.
yeah, because like I'm never like super fluent. So yeah, overall really good weekend. We had fun. Caught up. I learned a lot about his mom's side of the family. Wanda, what is your beef or crush of the week?
Okay, so my beef is kind of a long-winded beef, but Maggie had a long-winded update, so I feel like it's okay. So what ended up happening is I ran my first study of my PhD, not the one that you did, Maggie. That was for class, but I did another study and it was posted on Reddit and I was so excited for it. You know, when you like just do new things and you're so excited and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get the results that I want. Everything's going to go great. Basically, nothing went well. I had issues with posting it. There was like issues with getting it approved. It was just like a clusterfuck nightmare. And finally, when I posted it, I did not get enough responses. And I say that because I did not find any significance in the responses. And I know that there is significance because in research, it is much harder to conclude that there is no significance than that there is. So now we are running version 2 of the study. So version 2 of the study is a little bit different. But for some reason, for the life of me, and it's been 2 meetings now, I cannot get my 2 supervisors to understand what my study is about or like how to run the study or they're just very confused over the whole study design. I have tried writing it up. I have tried explaining it multiple times, and I am now working on a decision tree to kind of illustrate my point better. I'm just trying to pull all the things out of my arsenal to try to get them to understand so that they can give me the okay or not okay so I can actually run the study. But today, I mean, as an update to that, we're finally getting somewhere. Where there is progress being made. It's slow progress, but some progress is being made on this. And the sad part is though, when I send them stuff, I'm like, "Hey, read this for the next like I know you don't understand, so like read this paper, read like my study design. I've written all up for you." And then they forget. And they're like, go into the next meeting and they're, hey, I didn't read it. I'm so sorry. Let me try to read it now. And I'm like, well, obviously you're not going to read it now because I need you for other stuff. There's still other discussions to go on. Anyways, I don't blame them because, they have a lot of stuff going on, but it's just like, ugh, I want to move this along and you
Mm-hmm.
are a roadblock in my way. And I hate when I have to rely on other people to do things.
I feel like it's kind of disrespectful to you. Like, you put in all this work, and they're like, well, sorry, sucker. I'm not going to read it. You're a nerd.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they mean it maliciously. I think it's just like they're just very busy and then some things get lost, I guess you could say. Like that's the thing. I think the biggest thing is trying to like empathize, I guess, with other people where not everyone is going to have the same work ethic that you have and sometimes it's hard, It's very hard to be considerate.
Have
That sounds so
you
terrible.
have you tried using like drawings to explain it?
I
Like
am now
play a game of that Gartic phone.
honestly, I've now resorted to trying to draw it out, but then even now I'm like, well, if I draw it out, I'm kind of like I've explained this in the past, like I don't know how this drawing is going to illustrate it more, but I'm just going to be
Hmm.
like, okay, whatever. I would explain it to you, but
Oh, I
eh.
gotta go. I'm so sorry.
Wow,
I'm kidding. I'm
okay.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I wasn't going to anyways, but I see how you're going to react
I'm
if I did
kidding.
explain it to
I
you.
mean,
No,
don't
it's fine.
explain it here because like someone might steal it and you're trying to get a PhD out of it.
It's fine. It's okay. I get it. It's fine. Anyways, so that that's a thing. What about you? What is your beef or crush of the week?
Um, I guess I have a crush. Um, so I was telling Wanda about what happened, but basically, I was texting my family friend Christina. We were talking about some cookies. I like some a customer had dropped off some cookies for her mom. And then her mom gave them to us, and then we did not like it, and then Christina asked for these said cookies. And then Christina said, I'm giving you like unnecessary backstory here. But, anyways, so Christina was like, I don't like carrot cookies. And I said, what? I love carrot cookies. And I was typing to her. But also, I was at work for my mother at her pizza shop. And usually I have to pick up the phone when a customer calls. So I did not send my message to Christina to say that I love carrot cookies. Instead, I picked up the phone and I said, hi, my mom's pizza store. May I love you? Instead of saying, hi, pizza store, may I help you? And this was very unfortunate because, I don't want to ask, may I love you? Like, the key takeaway here is that I asked for consent and that I was very polite. But, yeah, so I quickly was like, oh, sorry, may I help you instead? So, anyways, I guess they are my crush of the week.
It's so funny. Every time I hear it, I'm like, this is so funny. But like, this is my peak humor. Like, if you ever had to conceptualize what my humor is, it's when people say the wrong stuff accidentally because like, um, there's like two different thoughts going on, and it ends up being really funny.
It's like when English no good. English
Yeah,
is a tough language and so many things come out.
yeah. So my favorite joke of all time is this green text post, and it was when Anon was playing soccer or something, and they hit someone in the face with the ball. So they were trying to say, "Are you okay?" And I'm so fucking sorry. But instead they said, "Are you fucking sorry?" And this person is just crying as they're saying that, and it's like it is the top best joke I've ever heard in my life. Apparently, I used to laugh about this in high school. I think I still laugh about it when I tell it. Sometimes I can't even get through it because I think it's so funny.
Someone I know made a similar tweet, like from high school. They were like, "Oh, someone held the door open for me, and I tried to say thank you, or tried to say thanks, but then I was also thinking no problem, and then I said no thanks instead." Was I walked through the door?
Peak comedy.
That's all it takes to get to Wanda's heart. Just some bad English.
just funny though, because it's like imagining the situation of like just walking through a door, like being the other person that's holding the door and just hearing no thank you. And it's like, what did I do? You're still walking through the door.
Okay, no take back, and slam the door back.
Yeah. Just, oh, it's like, oh, okay. And then just pull the door closed. Tears. So funny.
I can't believe you're actually crying.
It's so funny. I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is about these jokes, but they're just like,
I see it. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I made Maggie tell the story because I thought it was so funny, and I was like, if she's not going to talk about it, I am going to talk about it this week.
I mean, I don't love this story. I don't want to go around asking people, may I love you?
I think it's so wholesome. I wish the person on the other side responded a little bit better and was just like, okay. And it was just such an innocent, nice conversation, and it would have been so nice. You could have made someone's day like that.
Yeah, and they would have said, yes, you may love me. I've been waiting my whole life for this. Right. And then I would have been like, ooh, sorry, take backs.
Can I amend another beef onto this beef? I have another one I want to talk about.
Okay, go for it.
You just reminded me. So I had this friend from high school, and I was very close with this person. I don't know if I ever talked about this on the podcast, but we'll call this person B. So B and I were really close for like all of high school, and we had plans one day to hang out. This would have been like first or second year of university, and we had plans to get sushi. I messaged him, asked, hey, like, what time are we going? Like, what's the plan? Like, I just wanted to confirm the plan, as one does. I never heard from him. And this was like 2 hours before we were supposed to go out together. And I was like, what the heck? So I messaged him again, nothing. Messaged him a few more times, nothing. And he has never spoken to me since. So all this time, I assumed he was dead. Because, I mean, I didn't actually, but, I assumed he was dead. But Maggie, the other day, while she was working, his friend, we'll call him S, came into the pizza store, and Maggie decided to drop this fact of, hey, like, what happened to B? Like, why did B ghost Wanda? And S basically said that, oh, I don't know. Let me go ask him and throw you under the bus or something? Or throw Maggie under the bus, or throw me under the bus?
Me.
Okay, throw Maggie under the bus about this. And Maggie, of course, was like, no. I'll give you a discount next time for pizza if you don't do that. Stellar bargaining techniques, by the way. Queen of negotiation.
I mean, I just didn't want him to like, do you want him to like message you and be like, hey,
no,
what's up?
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
see?
want, like, well, there's also nothing that he could message me on.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, hey, like, don't bring it up to him. Just wondering what he's up to, like, what happened. That's all I meant to do to S. And then S is like, okay, I'll tell him to message Wanda back. And I said, maybe don't. It's been like 8 years. It's all good.
No, but so B is not dead, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you'd rather him be dead.
Because it's like, now I hold on to this forever. The fact that like it's just this unexplained thing that happened to me, and I have no idea like why. He never contacted me again, so I'm always like, what happened? Like, was it something I did? Was it something on your end? Like, what happened such that you suddenly just stopped messaging me in the middle of the day right before we were supposed to hang out? And this wasn't even like we weren't messaging at all that day. He had messaged me like an hour prior. So what up?
He was like,
I just want to know. I just want closure. So it's like, if he died, I would have been like, you know what? Okay, understandable. I get it. I get why you didn't respond to me. But the fact that you've never reached out to me all these years to explain like why you did what you did feels like a little bit shitty and like ill-intentioned, and now I never get closure, and you have robbed me of that. He's living in a different city now. Is doing just fine, apparently. So wonder if he thinks about that moment too.
Let's take a step back here. So you're saying the only reason why someone is allowed to not respond to you is if they're dead. Other than that, you must respond to me.
I think okay, so if you have been friends with someone, like very close friends for 6 years, you were messaging earlier in the day, you had plans to hang out in 2 hours and then you suddenly just stop replying to them.
Okay,
Like,
this is fair.
unless some kind of like, okay, so unless some kind of like tragedy happened that it was just like you couldn't, or you like, you just completely forgot about it in the scheme of things, completely okay. If you
Hmm.
suddenly had died and dropped dead, I'd be like, oh my God, that sucks. That's like, I understand though. But like, these are things that are understandable. The fact that you just stopped and didn't kind of explain it, not really understandable. And I'm angry at that. I mean, like, I don't think about it anymore, but when I think, like, when something brings it, like, someone or something brings it up, like, brings up the memory, I'm just like,
I get it.
yeah, it's worse than being ghosted on, like, a date or something, because it's like 6 years
Yeah.
of friendship. And it's like, I thought we were friends, and I guess meant less to you than you
Aw.
meant to me.
Aw.
Right?
Yeah. Also, I think now that I'm self-reflecting on this, I think I was always the one to ghost.
Like,
I
when you
ghost
were going to hang
friends.
out.
I ghost friends a lot.
Oh, I do too.
But I think like I lost a lot of friendships because I ghosted.
Me too. But also, I think it's like, I don't think any of your friendships were lost in bad taste. I don't think
Yeah.
they would have improved your life if you kept them.
Like I think I mentioned this before, but it was one of those things where I was like, why am I putting so much effort into this friendship right now? Like we're not even that tight. Like I if I had to choose like my top people to call in an emergency, you would not make the list.
It's your my five.
What is my MySpace my five this week? Do you
Yeah.
make the my five? If not, you're dead to me.
And I think that's fair. I think you can have like, I mean, like, you have your friends, obviously you're my five, but then you can also have like acquaintances and people like that you see like sometimes or talk to sometimes. And I think that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, after COVID and everything, I really don't like hanging out with people who I see like no. I don't know. It's just like people I'm like I really never had anything in common with you. I really like if I had spare time, I want to hang out with like my close friends, my boyfriend, or like my family. Like that's it. I don't really want to waste my. I have like very little free time. I don't want to waste it with people who I'm like not super close with and who I like don't think I would enjoy hanging out with that much. So yeah, very
Yeah.
new era for me. Okay, let's get into it. Obviously, we must talk about the most devastating news to happen this week: the Travis Scott concert. Um, this was a very unfortunate incident. Travis Scott was performing in Houston, Texas, I believe. His Astroworld performance. Um, some context too. Travis Scott has been known to kind of like incite riots or like incite fans going crazy. His fans are actually a little bit crazy. Full slander intended. Um and yeah, he's like a very like insane kind of guy, and like these crowds got so much to the point where there's a concept called crowd surging. I don't know if I'm not too familiar with it, but I remember speed reading through it on Reddit. But basically, the crowds, like everyone just like pushes forward to the point where like people are kind of trampled, but like that's not how you really die. You're dying because of like you can't breathe anymore and you just like pass out, you faint, you go through kind of like the worst things. And you see like there's like clips circulating of people trying to get the attention of staff. And you hear these horror stories too, where it was like security just like quit on the job. Medics were not properly trained. They didn't know what to do. Like, thank God some of the attendees were nurses or in the healthcare field. So they knew how to perform CPR. But they were just like, everyone there was just working was so incompetent that they were the reason for the deaths. And Live Nation, like the people who organized the event, the promoters, Travis Scott, should be sued for this. Like, they are held liable for these deaths. And yeah, you see people of the fans too saying to stop the show. There's people dying. And in total, there were 8 people dead. I think over 300 people were hospitalized. So pretty insane. And I saw that there were 2 lawsuits going on actually.
I think so in contrast, I guess, of there was like another rapper that was there, something
Drake.
Rice, maybe?
Oh,
No, it wasn't
wait.
Drake. It was another one, like small time. Smaller, I guess. because I've never heard of them.
Oh, what about him?
So basically, he went on and said he's going to donate all of his earnings from the show to the victims of like to the people who died during like Astro World, essentially. And contrast that with Travis Scott and I guess Kylie Jenner, who have only just sent out heartfelt apologies on Instagram where they have fake crocodile tears. Um, Kylie might tweet out a GoFundMe link to fund the families, but that's kind of it. Nothing really has like happened, I guess, like action wise from them. Like they haven't really, yeah, like yeah, they apologized probably for the publicity of it, but even in the actual moment itself, like he just kept singing. Even as it was happening, he did not stop singing. And this behavior has, as Maggie mentioned, like it's a thing that he likes to do, I guess. Like he likes to be the bully, he likes to be aggressive. And there was like a previous concert or something where there was like a cinematographer or something on stage and he started yelling for this person to get off the stage and yelling like homophobic slurs at him or something. Um which is like not cool. This person is just trying to do their job and you are bullying them for what? Like what did they do to you?
It's a power
Um
trip.
yeah, it really is, and it's like it just all like what this has incited basically is that everyone on Reddit is starting to post like videos of other famous artists who have like stopped singing to make sure that their fans were okay.
Hmm.
Like the Foo Fighters, Billie Eilish, Adele, like all just like, oh, like I see someone's not doing okay, like I'm gonna stop the concert, I'm gonna make sure like medics get sent to them and everything. So it's like they're like comparing and I guess contrasting like Travis Scott's behavior to like other artists' behavior. But I mean, we should shame Travis Scott. I'm okay with that. Like if this incites more Travis Scott hate, I'm okay with it.
So I was actually talking to Prabby about this because I was like maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Like he's up there performing, he's on a high, like he can't see like what's going on in the crowd and stuff. And Prabby, like yeah, he mentioned like there's no fucking way you can't see what's happening. There's so many medics there, like so many people were injured. There's people dying in the crowd. There's crowds forming around them. Like Travis Scott is 100% liable here. He just chose to ignore it while people were dying in front of him. And this just like goes to show like people choose dollars over humanity. And like yeah, like you said, all these artists, they have millions of fans too. They saw what was going on in the crowd. They knew when to stop a show. Travis Scott decided not to, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna keep performing because my art. I'm an artist. My art goes on."
I think it's so funny. And I mean, like, rest in peace to all the victims that were a part of this. But there was a Twitter uh, post that was like, imagine dying to Travis Scott singing or something.
Yeah.
And
Um,
I'm sorry, it's funny, but you know,
yeah,
rest in
I'm sorry.
peace.
I'm so sorry. Travis Scott is such a bad performer. So auto-tuned. I do not see the glory here. Every time he's featured on a song, I get so mad because all he goes is, yeah! And it's auto-tuned.
So Maggie and I actually went to go see him like in Vegas, I guess. Like not like go see him, but it was just like there was not much happening that night, I guess, and he was performing in our hotel. And of course, being girls in Vegas, we got in for free anyways. So we didn't really contribute anything to him, which I'm happy about. But he was supposed to go on, I guess, around like 12, like 1-ish. It was like it like got busy. Like it was busy throughout the night, and then as it was closer to his performance time, it got even busier. It actually got so busy that security had to come in and control the front of the stage, I guess, where he'd be performing. We were squished multiple times. Like it was like hard to like breathe. It was hard to move around. It was just like a very dangerous situation. So we ended up just leaving because we're like, you know what, like this ain't worth it. We don't even like him.
Yeah.
So we
Proud
kind
of
of
us.
expected this to happen.
I mean, we didn't expect it, but like when we heard it, we were like, not super surprised that it was a
Surprised.
Travis Scott.
Yeah. It was like always the ones that you most expect.
And actually, I told Prabi this too, and he said the exact same thing happened at Oshiega. Like people, he was like encouraging people to like jump, I guess, or like jump closer to the stage, and he just said like crowd literally like rushed forward, and I think he was at Oshiega, and then he just like stepped back. He was like, his fans are like fucking insane. Like Travis Scott was insane. I just did not like his performance. I had to like stay back to make sure like I wasn't hurt.
Yeah. And he likes inciting violence or like aggression. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what he likes to do for his concerts and stuff. And it's like, why? It's not like your music is like edgy or
It's
like
auto tuned.
yeah, like it's like pop. It's like pop like pop maybe rap music, but it's not really like something that is like, oh, I am going to get like aggressive and violent. Metal does this, like screamo metal. They have like mosh pits and stuff, and like yeah, sometimes people get like hurt, but like most of the time they're actually still like pretty safe, and they have properly trained medics and people like make sure other people are okay, and it's just like it can be done safely. He just chose not to.
So I'm reading about the Travis Scott thing, and he was arrested twice before for inciting violence at his concerts. Um, but I wonder exactly what he does.
His voice incites violence.
They're like, the auto tune, make it stop.
I didn't think it'd be like this live. He sounds so much better on the
Oh,
radio.
he was telling fans to come over the barricades.
Oh my god.
Like the barricades are there for a reason, sir.
Like does he not care for himself or like his like
I have no
other people
idea.
on stage, I guess, because it's like, what is over the barricade? It's you.
Yeah. He played one song and then began telling fans to come over the barricades. Due to security's quick response, the situation was remediated immediately and no fans were injured. The performer fled the scene and was taken into custody a short while later. Hey guys, come over the barricade. All right, gotta go.
I hope that was like the end of the concert and not the beginning. Like he played one song, he's like, gotta go.
That's so funny. Bad, but also funny. Wow, he encouraged the stage. Okay, so he incited a riot, disorderly conduct, endangered the welfare of a minor after encouraging the crowd to rush the stage and bypass security protocols set up to ensure the safety of audience members. Holy shit.
It's always the ones you most suspect.
Yeah, Jesus. Celebrities not bathing or washing their children. do you want to explain this one?
So Maggie actually sent me some, I guess, TikTok stills or screenshots from TikTok, basically, that celebrities say that they don't shower regularly. Like one was Jake Gyllenhaal was like, I don't shower, like I shower every week or something. Another was like, what's his name? He's from Teen Wolf.
Dylan O'Brien?
Dylan O'Brien, who was like, oh, I didn't shower for a month to get into a role for like a Taylor Swift music video.
Whoa, let's back up. Okay, she casted Dylan O'Brien. Okay, so the song All Too Well is allegedly about Jake Gyllenhaal. Gyllenhaal? I don't know. But the song is basically about when they were dating. Jake Gyllenhaal was 30. Taylor Swift was 19 at the time. Yeah, so Dylan O'Brien in real life is 30. And the girl they cast in the All Too Well music video is 19. So they're like, oh, Taylor Swift, what are we doing? Sneaky. So that's why Dylan O'Brien was like, I didn't shower for a month to prep for this.
Oh, okay. So it's not actually he doesn't shower.
Yeah, it was just to prep for this music video. So
Gross.
everyone thinks it's like a shady thing.
I love that. Also gross Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gross.
Also, why a month? I don't think you
know.
You didn't have to go that long.
Maybe he was like, damn it, I look so clean even after 2 weeks. Need to go for the really gross manly look.
But this basically triggered I guess thought or brain blast, I guess you could say, where I was watching this video on BuzzFeed it's called Mom in Progress, and even though I'm never going to probably be a mother, it's a really good YouTube series short kind of thing. And she was trying different parenting techniques from like celebrities, and one of the parenting techniques was not bathing your kids every single day or even bathing them every other day. And this was Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher's way of parenting, I guess. I'm not really sure what the benefits of it are, but it kind of relates to this whole not showering thing. Okay, like I understand, like not washing your hair for a few like a week or so, fine. Not showering though. I have not like there are
Mm.
times where I have not showered for like maybe 1 or 2 days and you can smell it on me and it is not a good smell and I don't know how they live with that, especially with kids who are tend to be messy and dirty. They also probably do not have like I make a conscious choice to be like, "Oh, I don't need to shower." But them kind of like forcing this choice on their child is kind of like it makes me a little bit uncomfortable in that sense because it's like what benefit does this have? Um is this child abuse?
I think I mean, I don't want to judge because, being parents is difficult. So maybe they're just like I literally cannot shower my kid every single day. It's just so much work. There's two of them. Hanging out with my nephews for like an hour will tire me. So like I guess maybe they didn't plan to not to do this. They're just like based on time and everything, I'll just shower them tomorrow or bathe them
Yeah, but
tomorrow.
it's they actively preach it now though. And it's like I don't think they just like skip one day or something. I think it's just like, oh well, like wash them when they start to like smell or when they're dirty or something. And it's like, okay, yeah, I guess we grew up in like or like back in the day, there was like no showers and nothing and people still survived, but like we have so many luxuries now and I don't remember the reasoning why they decided to do that, but like I can't no reasoning to me is good enough. And I think the outcome of the video, she was like, "Yeah, I just couldn't do it. They smell."
That's funny. Even at the end of the day, I feel like so antsy and like itchy when I don't shower. But maybe it's just
Yeah,
I'm conditioned to think that.
I just smell. Like sometimes it's just like I just don't smell as like I don't smell good, and it's like, oh, I don't want to be around me. And because like they always say that when you can smell yourself, it means that other people can really smell you.
Yeah.
Maybe if I lived alone.
Yeah, maybe. I know there were times in high school where I was like, how do I politely tell people that they smell? I wonder how they don't smell.
Yeah, I think it's like it gets to a point where you're just used to it because there's definitely been a lot of times where I'm like, oh god, you smell. Even outside of high school, even in my day-to-day life now. I don't
You
tell them.
you would tell me if I smell?
Yeah, I would tell you.
Thank you.
I think the worst is, like, when you try to cover up BO smells with perfume, and it's just, like, the mixture
Yeah.
of perfume and BO is just, not good.
Yeah. Planes. Wait, are you saying you as in me or general you?
General royal you.
Okay. Maggie, when you have BO and you cover yourself in perfume, it does not smell good.
I don't think I've ever smelled, like, a perfume on you. I've only ever smelled, like, the Beach Bum, like, body lotion smell on you.
Nice. Keeps me moisturized and smells nice.
Anyways, I don't know why it's always the richest people who, do the least. Is this a
Yeah.
privilege? Is this like a money thing?
Yeah, you know what? It's like that whole thing where it's like rich people will pay for like to do what poor people do. It's like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. I got that.
Moving on. Next one. Valkyrie's facial skincare. I feel like you know more about this than I do.
I used to okay, so I'm gonna give as much as I know, and then you can fill in anything that, you know that I didn't cover. So, Valkyrie is a famous, Twitch streamer. She got popular off of Among Us, in case you don't know her. She has recently, in the last month, few weeks, partnered with the skincare brand. And the skincare brand says it uses like UV lights or something, or like specific magic mumbo jumbo that is supposed to help make the skin better. And all they say is like, oh, it's research backed. And she also says, oh, it's research backed, but no one has seen the research. So she has been promoting this product, the product that she also considers like her partnership product, I guess. Like she had a role to play in it or something. It's probably just like a marketing PR term though. And people got really angry at her because they're like, okay, like what's the science in this? Like this just looks like, this feels like snake oil. um I like, we don't actually think any of this works. And but instead of kind of distancing herself from the company or saying like, yeah, like let me show you the research kind of thing, or like this is what they told me, she basically doubled down and was like, no, this works, trust me, buy it, it works. So then Twitter and Twitch got very angry at her, and she just kept digging the hole deeper for her. She was uh also like, she appeared on a pod or another Twitch streamer's I guess like another like where he was interviewing her and trying to help her out of this hole, but she just kept on like doubling down and being like, "Oh, it's legit, like it's helped me like so much already and stuff." And now more things are coming out about her that she's actually like holds some really controversial opinions. Like her and her husband or boyfriend might be anti-vaxxers. They might be like huge conspiracy theorists. Like they like yeah, so there's like some stuff that are like coming out about her that like is a little bit like alarming now. And now people don't like her as much, but I think she still has like somewhat of a platform. Like she was like great. She was very brand friendly. Now like because of all of this, um it's kind of, she kind of shot herself in the foot.
Wait, I had no idea she was anti-vax. Wow, her and her boyfriend, who she got back together with, right?
Yeah, like there's like he said some stuff on Instagram to like very much like hint that he was anti-vax. We're not
Yikes.
so sure about her, but it's like,
People you associate yourself with.
yeah, exactly. It's like it's hard to believe that like you can like someone and they don't kind of share the same fundamental beliefs as you, I guess.
I think being anti-vax is like a deal breaker.
I think so too. That is one of
Yeah,
my deal breakers as well.
yeah. Um, yeah. I had no idea about the anti-vax stuff. I feel like people were being like way too generous to her, like very nice to her after all this blew up. Like you're right, everyone gave her like so many opportunities. She's like a very powerful person. She has a legal team. She has finance people, whatever it is, to look over the small print, to actually do their research and make sure that her partnerships and sponsorships are legitimate. And like this is just like one of the reasons why you need to invest in a good legal team. This is really great marketing for that actually. Um and I know Toast was saying too that he's her friend, he supports her. She was very naive, she trusted someone she shouldn't have, and like she should 100% be responsible for it, but she doesn't deserve, I guess, the backlash that she's getting, like the very negative backlash.
Yeah. I mean, the other side of it is that like she is like small, I guess, in the scheme of things. Like she might have been held to a contract when she like doubled down on everything. So like she couldn't have said anything negative about the company anyways. Like or she'll be like sued for like slander and stuff. But also at the same time, it's kind of like do your research. Like this is what like you have like a legal team for. Um it it's hard to like for these things where it's like there's so many just like BS claims about what's like in the product and how like powerful and magical the
Mm-hmm.
product is. Like like alarm bells should probably go off in your head, like common sense kind of stuff. And it's like that's what I don't like. Yeah, I think she is getting a lot of hate for it, but also she is a platform, like people look up to her and like people like buy things because of her. And if this is like you kind of have to hold yourself to like a higher standard because of that, unfortunately.
Yeah. It does suck though, because a lot of her fans are like minors. You know,
Yeah.
like they're young demographic. And I also want to bring up my personal beef. I was telling my brother about this whole thing, and he was like, "Oh, that sounds like a legitimate thing. Like, yeah, you need skincare for like blue light and stuff, you know?" I said, "What? This sounds legitimate to you?" And he said, "Well, computers haven't been around that much for us to back up on this research." And I said, "What are you talking about? Like, are you stupid?" So, Valkyrie, you have influenced my brother.
Also, your brother believes a lot of stuff, so
He believes a lot of stupid things.
yeah. I guess it's like some people just don't. And that's okay. So if your brother was like a viewer and like really loved Valkyrie and believed everything that Valkyrie said, like he probably would have bought the product and it was an
Yeah.
expensive product and that's not great. Like
Yeah.
yes, your brother's not a minor, so it's like more okay in the sense like he's an adult, he should be able to make his own decisions, but like you only have to be like 13, 14 to be on Twitch. So
Yikes.
I think she's getting a lot of backlash for it, but at the same time, like I think she deserves some of it, and I hope she takes this opportunity to learn and not do similar things in the future.
Yeah.
Expensive lesson.
Very expensive lesson. It kind of
Yeah.
sucks though that like she was literally everywhere. Like she did a collab with MGK. She was in Bella Porch's 2 music videos. Like artists were writing songs about her. Yeah, she was literally riding the coattails of fame, of internet fame. And it kind
Yeah.
of sucks
And
that this
like
is all gonna go spiraling downhill.
yeah. And brands are going to avoid her for like at least a little bit just
Mm-hmm.
because of like this controversy. I mean, like she might bounce back. PewDiePie's still popular and he's had lots of controversy throughout his YouTube career.
Yes, you're right. A lot of controversy. I think, yeah, you can learn your lesson from it, I think. And
Yeah.
these mistakes do not define you. They
Oh,
will
so wholesome.
be a mark on your Wikipedia page, but for that you cannot avoid.
Moving on to the next thing. This is like it's gonna be short, but Jeff Bezos and Leonardo DiCaprio. Maggie.
Love it. There's a viral video going around of Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio talking to Jeff Bezos and his lovely girlfriend at a party. And it looks like his girlfriend is like swooning over Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, Leo's got away with the ladies. He's like charming her up. And Jeff Bezos is just like there, just like watching them. And then Jeff Bezos, he replied to that video with a tweet of his own. And it said, Leo, come over here. I want to show you something. And it's a picture of Jeff Bezos in a forest with a sign that says, danger, steep cliff, fatal drop. Jeff Bezos makes death threat to Leonardo DiCaprio. That is the headline here.
Firstly, Lauren Sanchez, I think is Jeff Bezos' girlfriend's name. She is way too old for Leonardo DiCaprio. She is also not a blonde, which is, Leo's type.
Leonardo's, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, his girlfriend right now is brunette.
Oh, okay, never mind. She's just too old. She is about double the age that Leonardo normally dates.
Yeah, I think the age he starts dumping people is 24, 25.
We're too old for Leonardo DiCaprio.
I mean, we are also far from his type. His type is like white blonde girls.
Yeah, and I mean
And
that too.
our fatal flaw here.
Yeah. But I was looking them up and I realized that Jeff Bezos and his ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott, both have a type. And Jeff Bezos' type is brunettes with very, I guess, like fine jawlines. And then Mackenzie Scott's type is bald men.
Yeah.
And I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
I wonder if Jeff was bald when they started dating.
No, he wasn't. He had a little bit of hair, but it was like pretty sparse.
She probably like enabled it. She was like, "Hey, babe, you know it would look like really hot if you like shaved your head completely."
Honestly, it's definitely an improvement. He looks way better now.
Wow. Wait, I'm gonna look this up. What he looked like with hair?
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos with hair. That's so funny. Oh. I do not know this man.
Right? Like he was balding on top.
Yeah, it's like that awkward thing with like the huge forehead and like hair on the top, hair on the sides kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is a different man.
Yeah. He looks much better now.
Yeah,
Shaved head was a good thing to
yeah.
a good thing.
And the billions of dollars he has and probably invested in like good skincare, good Botox. Yeah.
You would think he would look a little bit more attractive, with all the money that he has. Same with Elon Musk. He has really let himself go.
I feel like Botox, maybe Elon Musk like rejects Botox.
He's also kind of getting fat. But I guess like he's still the CEO of his company, so I guess like that is probably a lot of hard work.
He can
Jeff
get
Bezos has retired, so
Jeff
I'm
Bezos
expecting.
retired.
Well, like he stepped down as the CEO of Amazon,
Oh, interesting.
so he is quote unquote retired. So I'm expecting to see Big Daddy Jeff Bezos come out in the next few years.
Living his hot girl summer.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting.
Can't
Yeah, you
wait.
have so much time on your hands. I bet
Yeah.
that super yacht that you just bought has a gym on it.
He's gonna get in so much shape. It's gonna be so hot. Just you wait, Mackenzie.
Yeah, this is the revenge bod. Like 2 years later,
Yeah.
3 years later. I don't know. This was nice.
This was nice. Nice catch up episode.
Yeah, lots of some good news, some bad news. Um, you know, Leonardo might be dead in the next coming weeks. Mysterious suicide
By Jeff Bezos.
by Jeff Bezos.
I mean,
But
he has the means to kill him.
oh, yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
see. Like he has so much money that he can just get away with it too.
Yeah. And everyone would be like, "Who's Leo?" Okay. Jeff is the new Leo. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's what it is. Like Jeff Bezos replaces Leonardo DiCaprio. No one asks any questions.
Leonardo DiCaprio becomes a new Amazon catalog. Ship Leo to your house for a rental. Amazon
Oh my
Prime
god.
it tomorrow.
That'd be cool.
Leo's in your house, like
slavery, but cool.
Leo's there, like, so what do you want me to do? I can act, I can like sing, I can dance. I want you to clean the toilets.
I mean, let's be honest, majority of it is gonna be like sex stuff.
This feels like prostitution. Amazon is now prostitution.
I mean, it's only time, futuristic Amazon is just gonna be prostitution.
You're right.
Learn, overcome, adapt.
You're right.
Okay, cool. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Go follow us on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Go listen to us on wherever you get your podcasts, and go watch us on YouTube for the full effect. Maggie, stop doing a heart. It never works out. And join us again next Thursday for another episode of Apologetically Me.
Bye.
Bye.